Hello, Namaste, and welcome to Agile Exploration Hub. I am your host Nagesh Deshpande. So, from entire audience of Agile Exploration Hub and from team of Agile Exploration Hub, we wish you a very happy new year. So, 2026 is here, and we are committed to deliver all about Agile. So, we are bringing the first episode of year 2026, and we want to make it a special. In this episode, Bhargavi is a product leader. She shares her journey from tester to a product manager. She explains what worked, what failed, and how she learned to influence without authority. So, if you want to learn a real path without any theory, this episode is for you. So, today's episode, from finding bugs to owning a product. Without wasting much time, let's welcome Bhargavi. Hey, hi Bhargavi. Bhargavi. Hey, hi Bhargavi.
Hi Nagesh, hello everyone. I'm pretty excited and happy to be part of the first episode for 2026. And thanks for the wonderful introduction that you gave. And I'm really looking forward for the discussion. And yes, as I said, pretty excited to talk about it.
Right. So as my audience, you all know that I became a Scrum Master Agile coach from a tester. Similarly, Bhargavi has become a product manager, a lead product manager. So Bhargavi, let's start with the first question. What made you feel to become product manager from a tester? Was there any challenges? Did you feel anywhere stuck, or do you see our testers in industry are stuck in this role right now?
Okay, that's a good question, Nagesh, to start with. I have total 19 years of experience now, and out of which 10 years I have spent into testing, um, delivering a lot of key projects, and also, delivering with quality is what I feel important about. However, I will not call that I was bored or etc. Performing a tester's role.
Hmm.
However, I felt that over a period of time, I was less challenged, is what I thought. And being a person who's a calculated risk taker and who wants to learn and keep myself updated about whatever is going on, I felt that. As a tester, I was on one side of the product, but why not, move to other side of product and try to learn that aspect of product. So that was the thought, which came to my mind when I thought of coming out of that comfort zone, working in the same field for a couple of years, and that's how I thought I should try this aspect of product. So it was a kind of completely shifting to other side of it, where as a tester my role was to find the defects, and as a product manager the role got changed to something that I should build the products which are delivering, having good quality features.
Right.
So that was a change that I made. It was not that easy, it was not that straightforward. Took a lot of efforts to be here, but yeah, that was the thought, Nagesh.
Nice. So it was a pretty successful journey that I can see. And then what is the hardest part in this journey so far?
According to me, I will call that mindset change is the hardest part of it, as I was just talking about, right? I was on one side of the product where I was trying to find the issues, and my role was like making sure that the software or the product is correct, it is performing as expected. That was, something I was calling as a success criteria for the product, and I
Hmm.
was happy to find the defects, right? Which changed to a product manager's mindset, where the success was dealing with the ambiguities, trade-offs, and also, working with so many people, which we call it as a stakeholder management, aligning with all those different people from various teams, making sure that they're on the same page, owning what we deliver. So
Hmm.
that was the biggest mindset change which was needed. So if anyone who wants to, perform this role, have to accept this mindset change first to be there.
Right. Right.
And
So do you
obviously
think?
letting go of that comfort zone is also very important, Nagesh, that
Mm.
I'm set over here, I am doing great over here as a tester, but then why I should be doing that? So if you are convinced that you are ready for that mindset change and getting out of comfort zone, I think that is the hardest part of any movement or the transition that a person would like to do.
Right. So that's what feel that majorly people are stuck because of lack of ability to shift their mindset and adapting to the new skills like stakeholder management and thinking product quality instead of finding bugs. So that's why. Do you agree that that's why the most of the testers are feel stuck?
Yeah, they feel that they are the gatekeepers,
Right.
and not someone who can own it.
Hmm.
Waiting for getting the chance to get into the discussion.
Hmm.
Sometimes just doing the work that you
Hmm.
have been told to do.
Right.
So I personally feel that whenever I'm working with my teams, they should know. See, as a product manager, I feel myself responsible for what and why, not the
Hmm.
how part of it. Okay,
Right.
so how part should be owned by any member of my team, like a developer or tester or a lead, and they should feel aligned with whatever is the bigger objective or the big picture, which we call it as a product vision or goal or the strategy that we have. So even whatever role you are performing currently, you should have those kind of questions. So don't restrict or don't wait that someone will come and tell you.
Hmm.
Just proceed, ask questions, why, what, and how. Then only that gist of learning and trying to know what we are doing, why we are doing, and how it fits in the bigger picture. Those kind of answers you will get, and then it becomes easy to relate those stories or the test cases that you are writing to a bigger picture. As I said, ultimately, like, why am I doing this? How does it get aligned to what we are trying to build for a product? So
Right.
that kind of attitude can help people to do that transition, or at least to think differently, not as I said, just being a gatekeeper, like doing whatever has been told.
Right.
I feel
So
so.
as I can summarize, mindset shift, asking right questions, thinking heuristic way of how product is getting built are some of the skills that helped you as a tester to move into the product manager. Do you want to list down few more skills to our viewers so that it will help them to think to become product manager or walk on that path?
Yeah. So I'm a person who's a strong believer that whatever you learn, you do, you perform. It is never a waste. So in
Hmm.
some or other way, those are useful to you while working. So all those years when I was working as a tester, I think that some of the qualities like critical thinking, user empathy, risk anticipation have helped me immensely while working as a product manager. How critical thinking? Because testers always question the assumptions, right?
Right.
Whenever you say something, they try to think from different angles. So that help, even as working even when I started working as a product manager. User or customer empathy, right? Understanding the pain points or understanding how particular scenario or how particular flow feature or the feature can be used by the end user. So the testers always think from that perspective. And as a product manager also, like, when I build any new feature, I think of always like how users will be using it, what are they expecting from the feature that I am building, what are the different personas or type of people who are going to use the particular feature. So that user empathy or the customer empathy which the tester has is also kind of useful to work as a product manager. And lastly is risk anticipation, like, testers always think that what can go wrong, and how should the system behave. Everything is fine when we test for the positive test cases or positive outcomes of any product, but tester is a person who thinks out of the box and tries to break the system.
Right.
But as a product manager, I also need to think out of the box and save the system from not breaking, when something is not working as expected. So I have to also think of all the things which will go well and which cannot go well, and how the system should behave in that case.
Perfect. Now, I know none of the certification will teach all these things. Okay, whatever you just mentioned, that will either you have to learn by your experience, by through mentors or by self study. But still, I just want to hear one or two certifications that you can recommend testers can do.
Frankly, I mean, as I said, I like to learn new things, and I have also gained a lot of certifications. But believe me, Nagesh, when got into product management, I did not have a single certification at that point of time. But yes, later I am PSPO 1 and PSPO 2 certified. Also have completed recently advanced diploma in international product management. So a couple of certifications I did later. So these are couple of the question a couple of certifications which people can do, but that are just that can just help you to gain some knowledge,
Right,
the theoretical knowledge of it.
right.
But yes, practical things are something which has no comparison to the knowledge that you gain from
So
the certifications.
so to summarize, you can do certification. You should do certification. Certification will help you. It will add a weightage on your CV.
Yeah,
It will give you guidance or some kind of a way forward how to look into it. But the real experience will come when you start working on it.
true. So the
Now,
implementation of all the knowledge that you have gathered from the certifications and learning by doing also is very important according to me, Nagesh.
right. So what are the can you also highlight some of the mistakes that you made in this journey?
um some of the mistakes well, like I actually got into the same role as a product manager when I changed my stream or my mindset. However, rather than this is the question typically which people ask me couple of times, that how to do this, or what are the things which I should be expecting, or how should I get into this kind of role. So the answer to this is like, don't wait directly for the title change to happen. For example,
Right,
someone is working as a, say, developer or a tester in a team and wants to have an aspiration to become a product manager. So whenever there is an opportunity, try to do those the activities which are performed by a product manager. Get into that role, and try to do these things which will give you an idea how good you are, or how confident you are to perform the roles and responsibilities which are expected by a product manager. Also, that's the best thing to get into the role and learn. As I said, learning by doing gives a lot of confidence. Don't just, and another thing is which I already mentioned, don't just focus on certifications. It will give you the theoretical knowledge, but the actual product thinking will come when you start working on it. So no one is stopping you, right? As I was
right,
explaining some time back, you are a developer or tester, rather than just working on the stories which are assigned to you. Think from a bigger perspective. And there is also possibility which I cannot deny while working with my teams as well, that as a person may miss something, but while you work on it, you think of the bigger picture. You may also come up with a few corner cases or few scenarios which were missed during the designing of a product feature, and then no one is stopping you at that point of time to raise them or discuss with the concerned people, which will also make people look differently at you. You are
right.
not just doing the task which you were told to do, but you are trying to think differently. So
Hmm.
don't miss these kind of opportunities. Also, don't wait that someone will come and involve you in the discussion. Get into
Right,
discussions, right?
right,
Whenever there is a possibility, or when you, as I said, I was explaining the scenario, when you think of such possibilities, go and talk to concerned people.
right.
And there is no harm in discussing, right? No one will pinpoint anything or blame
Hmm.
you for that. So get into these things, and don't wait for the permissions to own few things, right? As
Hmm.
I said, I just, for example, a person may think that this is the story which is assigned to me, so I'm responsible only for this, or you know, don't think like that. So when you work in a team, you own things. You own
Right.
all the, I would say, outcomes which are there from a particular agile team or a product team. We own everything. So think from the ownership perspective rather than just working on the set task or assigned task.
Okay,
That's what
super.
I can think of.
Okay.
Mhm.
Now, to summarize, if you are a tester, or even as a developer. Normally, traditionally, or the way people think is we only care about our own story. But to grow in your career, you have to think about the other hidden aspect or other hidden thing about that story, that where the story going on, which application it is getting used, uh, any APIs, any backend application, any this data is going through a third party application. You have to think like that. You have to communicate with them. Then only you will grow as an individual contributor to a more a leadership role or senior role, maybe specialized in as a scrum master or as a product manager. That we are discussing about product manager today, so let's focus on product management now. You also have to deal with a lot of stakeholders,
Right.
right? Now, how do you influence them without an authority?
Yeah, that's a very important aspect of the product manager role, where every day we deal with lot of people from different teams, like engineering teams, the business owners, the various operations teams, the DBAs, etc. Sometimes the customer support, sales teams, etc. And it is expected that a product manager is a person who's kind of forming a bridge between these different teams, making sure that they are on the same page. So there are uh, everyone is not thinking from the same perspective, right? But it is very important that when you work, you should be on the same page. So I, as a product manager, uh, kind of you can say apply various ways to bring all on the same page. I conduct a lot of meetings. I invite different types of people to the meetings, where I share with them what are the new features which are coming on their way. We also conduct a lot of demos of the new features which we are developing. We invite those stakeholders so that they understand how how these particular new features are working. If they have any questions, they can get the answers. Or even from, say, business owners, when they get into the demos, if there is anything that they expect it to behave differently, or if we find something, then earlier is the better, I believe. So we get those early feedbacks or suggestions. So these are various ways where I try to bring everyone on the same page. And also, rather than saying that this is not working, or this is not the way of doing XYZ thing, what I always try to respond them with the data, which is very important. Like,
Right.
sometimes it may happen that ABC person will think that this particular feature is important, another person will think that another feature is important, but we have limited capacity with which we are working. So how to deal with such situations where the priority comes? So I will go with the statements like, here is what users are experiencing. If we deliver a ABC feature, then we are going to resolve some customer issues which are pending since long, or this is going to increase our revenues. Or I will say that if we kind of deliver another feature, there is a long a time pending tech debt which we are going to resolve, which is going to enhance the product quality. So I go with the pros and cons when we are trying to take the decisions along with the data, which help everyone to understand. And then that's a collective decision which we all stakeholders will make, even to understand the priorities, or even if there is a difference of opinion. These kind of various uh, various types of data which is available to solve the situation definitely helps.
Nice. Yeah, that's a pretty comprehensive strategy look like. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, looking ahead, I would like to understand. We already discussed a lot of things about it, but I still want to see that few mindset, shift that really changed you from a tester to product manager.
Okay, so as a tester, my job was always to find the issues and try to break the systems,
Right.
which I changed to, my job is to solve the problems ahead of time, when to reduce the possibilities that something can go wrong as much as I can. So that's the big mindset change which I had to make when I changed my role from a tester to product manager. As I already was talking that I stopped myself to consider as a gatekeeper, but I started uh, thinking and acting like a owner uh, who is owning the output outcome and also the quality aspect of bigger product decisions, or where a lot of customer impact is there, where I have to think of how the customer experience is going to be for anything that I'm doing. So that's the change that I made when I started working as a product manager.
Nice, very nice. And coming out to last question, what are some of the things that testers should stop doing to grow faster?
Okay. So there is no concrete answer as such to this, but I can just tell on my experience or what I think, because things may vary from person to person as uh, how the person perceives things,
Right.
or what is the risk-taking capacity for a particular person. All these things, change from a person to person. But still, I would like to throw light on few things which people can try. I've been talking about it since we started, Nagesh, but I will still emphasize that don't just own story or test cases on which you are working. Always try to get that bigger picture. If you don't have it, go and ask the questions why, what, and how we should be knowing all these things. Don't just get into that trap of comfort zone where you are just trying to do things which you have been told to. Don't do that. Try to change the definition of success. For example, I as a tester is I'm successful when I find lot of defects, right? So to that mindset should be changed, right, when you want to perform a different role.
Right.
So that's another aspect. Also, don't always be there in the execution mode, like today my my task is, or my goal for the day is to execute 100 test cases. What after the test cases? How much you learned? How much time you are giving to upgrade yourself? Are you aware about the latest trends going in the industry? And also, uh, as the new year is just starting, try to give some objectives or goals to yourself from the learning perspective, right? That I'm determined to learn at least two new skills every year, and one or two certifications that I'll be doing. So give those kind of goals to yourself. Also, try to learn new technologies. Don't run away from it. Like AI is there, right?
Mm,
Don't be scared of that, but see how you can learn it, how you can make use of it, and the time that you could save from using these AI tools. Can you invest that in the self learning or trying to do things which you were not able to do? And yeah, growth will actually start for anyone when they get out of that comfort zone, which is
true.
very important.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So just get out of that comfort zone, guys. Just get out of that. Now keep learning. That's the motto that we have. Uh, Always plan your learnings. Plan your next move. Whenever take the help of mentors like me and Bhargavi. Okay. So with this, we will conclude our today's episode. So we are going to mention contact details of Bhargavi in the description box. If you have watched this episode so far, please like the video, subscribe to my channel, share with your friends who are planning to move from testing to product manager role. So once again, from the entire audience of Agile Exploration Hub, I would like to say thank you to Bhargavi for being such a wonderful speaker. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thank you for this opportunity. And guys, there is no right or wrong time for doing few things. Just do it.
Thank you once again. Bye.
Thanks, Nagesh. Thank you.